I know I said something when I was 9, but it was because I was thinking, leave me alone. And the words just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it was shocking because it was like telekinesis or magic, because you thought something and then all of a sudden the sound came, and you know the sound came because the vibration came, and the sound actually kind of matched what you were thinking, and then everybody like freeze, and you could tell because they kind of all their bones stiffen up, or they like stop. You know when they say stop. And sometimes they could even understand that you understand what's happening, which many times it's like you're not even there. But like in the movie theater, you get caught up with what's going on without you, that you know you're not part of what's the movie on the screen.
And that what you do doesn't affect what's on the screen either.
Yeah, what you do don't affect what's on the screen, and except by accident, or if it happens, it's like by accident. See, but most of the time you experience life like you're sitting on the movie theater watching it all happen around you. It would be sort of like Indiana Jones on the movie screen, turning to you in the audience and saying, "What do you think about that, Sarah?" All of a sudden, you just have a sense of yourself as part of what's happening. See?
And it would be shocking if Indiana Jones turned to me and I was watching the movie, and he said, "Sarah," at first I wouldn't even think he was talking to me.
Because you have already gotten used to the fact that you were something separate of what was going on around you. But after a while, if Indiana Jones keeps stopping and saying, "Sarah, what do you think? What do you think?" And you may not know how to like interact with everybody on the screen, or talk to everybody on the screen, or even tell him correctly what's going on, but at least all of a sudden you realize that somehow you're in there with him, because Indiana Jones all of a sudden say, "Sarah, Sarah, what do you think?" See?
And I wouldn't even think how to get his attention. I wouldn't even think when I'm watching the movie I should get anybody's attention.
Exactly. This be so because you're associating it as something happening without you. You have to find a strategy to ignore something, even if you have to like close your eyes to do it, to stop the information from coming in. Because you're never going to organize the information if more information keeps coming in. Because then it's like a dam broke and everything's coming at you, and then it's like 1,000 seagulls screaming in your head, and it's like all these slaps in your face going all at once, and like all of that coming in, like you, and then everything, all the sights coming in all at once. It's like all the colors hitting you like a hit in the face, and light and darkness and the contrast, like boom, boom, like almost like your eyes almost like burning, like nauseous feeling, because it's all hitting you. Ignore the people, because these are just chaos, because they're moving all over the place. There's nothing stationary about like people, unless you're in a nursing home and people are waiting to die. You have to, like, people they're too much. They're moving all over the place. Then making sounds, and they are just you have to just go for something stationary. Like you have to focus on something stationary that would keep still, will let you know where the environment is, where something ends or begins. Like you need to know where something ends and begins, and then your relation to it. See?
Yeah.
Now, you could never do that with people. And that was a problem before when I was a kid, because that was when they were started talking autism, because I was always chasing objects rather than people, and I wasn't interested in people as much when I was younger. And they said that, and they didn't want to, I don't know, they mentioned that one time.
But the people were chaos, and the objects were more calming and stable.
Well, the objects are like, if you want to know where you're at, or where something begins and ends, an object will stay in one place.
So you can figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're moving, everything's moving, that kind of stuff, which everything's going to move if you move. Like when we went to Henry's house,
Yeah.
and she put like grapes on a Nemo plate. I knew that I saw, like, first I just saw a bunch of colors, bright colors.
Yeah.
And it just looked like bright, it didn't even look like a plate, it just looked like a bright colors. Then all of a sudden the bright colors sort of like settled down, and then there were edges, like different colors, and then they had the edges. Then you see like it would end in a round shape. Then when the colors settled down more, I realized, oh, that's like Nemo from the Walt Disney movie.
Yeah.
And it was the fish from Nemo. See?
And then when did you see food on the plate after that?
Like I saw that there was like pictures, like other colors that did not correlate with the image.
Of the fish,
The
Nemo.
fish. Yeah, like there were like weird things. I touched it, there was something on it. Well, of course I rationalized that if she put a plate, that it turned out to be a plate, that there may be something on it. So I looked at it, I realized it was a grape after I took it out of its environment, which was the many-colored plate. So I knew that the dolphin will not be able to see the grapes on the plate, because she won't be able to separate the grapes from the plate.
So then a person could think, like a typical person could see a child like Nicolette or Lily and go, oh, they have bad motor skills, that's why they can't pick it up off the plate. But it could also be because the plate has such a fancy artwork, you can't even see the food.
Lost on the plate, and then if you get lost on the plate, then you can't separate the food from the plate.
Yeah, so
it just becomes like a mix of colors altogether. So that's why I took the grapes off the plate, and you see, Sarah, they had a tablecloth and it was white.
Yes, I remember.
See, so the grapes on the tablecloth, you could see that they were grapes on white tablecloth. See, they were grapes. So that way the dolphin could look, aim, because you see, like, she'll look first, and then she aim, and then she grabs. But when she's grabbing, she's not using her eyes at the same time. You'll see that. I don't know if you see that she'll grab after, like soon after, so she could grab it.
So she looks to get the picture and estimate.
Yes, she looks to get the picture, and then she estimates where she has to aim to grab it. Because she hasn't perfected that part quite yet. But you'll see her do that. I mean, she'll get better and better after. But that was why I took it off the plate. Like my plates are all like one color. See, where you could see where the food begins and the plate begins, and you can see where the plate like ends and the food begins.